Good evening and welcome to Omnibros Live. I'm your host, co-host, one of your three co-hosts. I'm Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault, joined as always by a weekend geekdom's Geo. Geo, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jess, Ryley, and everybody tuning in. Thank you once again for tuning into your favorite Omnibus Collectors and Collected Editions live stream thingamajig on the YouTubes. Happy to be here, and I'm currently working on something, so you'll have to excuse me while I work off screen.
We are like an awesome thingamajig. We're the best omnibus thingamajig there is, man. And the omnibus collector himself, Ryley Mo. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, it's good. It's good. Just keeping busy, keeping occupied as much as I can.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. And one thing that I would also like to say is that this program is brought to you by InStockTrades.com. InStockTrades is going to figure heavily into tonight's episode because we're talking about inexpensive books. Times are tight. Some people's budgets are tight. And maybe you've got a friend that wants to get into comic books, or maybe you need some new suggestions. So we've got inexpensive book suggestions. And InStockTrades.com is the place to go where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always an Omnibros discount code every quarter. IST's kind enough to give us a $50 gift card at the end of every month to raffle off to a listener, viewer, person.
Both.
Over $50 in an order in the United States. Gets you free shipping, man. Free shipping. That's amazing. Fabulous customer service. Fabulous packaging. That's right. InStockTrades.com. Whoa.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Lionheart, I'm feeling better, as you can tell. I'm here. Thank you, Jesse. Say what? I appreciate that. People checking in with me. Very much appreciated, and I mean that. I am feeling better. So I'm feeling better physically and emotionally. So that means a lot. So, yes, I am a total salesman. Jess is a total salesman. Right on, brother.
And I feel like I've been put through the ringer emotionally with all the stuff I've been watching.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I do have a CPAP, Bruce, and it does help me stay away from migraines, but it doesn't always protect me. But it does help. Ryan Blue Thunder, thank you for chiming in there. I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't make it. I definitely appreciate your good thoughts. And Michael Lombardo says, this almost looks like an Otaku Bros.
We made a promise to Jess today that we were gonna stray away from the manga talk, even though individual volumes of manga are typically pretty cheap. But hey, it's gonna be a challenge then for Gio and I. It'll be a little more challenging for us to answer if I'm staying away from half of my library for suggestions.
That's true. No, I appreciated it. I just felt revved up and ready to go on a show, and I didn't get to be on Monday night, and they were nice enough to postpone an Otaku Bro till next week to let me be on tonight, so I appreciate it. And thank you, Joe Goose. I appreciate your kind thoughts. People are getting notifications or not. We've got 42 people. You know, I'm not getting a notification.
I got one. I got one on my phone. As I was looking at it because I saw the notification from Facebook first, and then I kept looking, and then like 30 seconds later, it popped up on my phone from YouTube.
You know, I didn't get the Facebook one either. I wonder if that's oh, yeah, I did. I got it on Facebook. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, now I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, The notifications are fine. Notifications are late. Got the notification 2 minutes after the start. We're working, we're
that's
working
out of
on
our
it.
hands.
Yeah, we're
It's
working on
YouTube,
it.
man.
Yeah, that's YouTube. But tonight we've got. I pulled a bunch of books. These are inexpensive books for the new or the old reader. So I made sure they were all quality books too. For the new reader, well, I picked up quality books because that's all I got now, man. All the crap books are donated to the library.
Nice.
So we can. These are tight budgetary times. What are some good books to either expand your library or get a friend into comics? Is the premise. So, since Geo is untangling some Gordian knot off screen,
Sorry.
that's
I'm
all
still
right.
here.
I will start with the first couple because I got a big stack, so I'll tackle two at a time. And my stack first suggestions will be Postal and Coda.
Ooh, nice.
These are trade paperbacks, and they're issue number 1. Coda is from Boom. Image is the publisher for Postal, but they are both $9.99. And if you get them at IST with your 44% off, you get 2% extra, loyalty discount. 44% off, $9.99. Pretty darn good. Pretty good. These are great books. Coda Coda I just put down. So Coda is the book with in the aftermath of an apocalypse which wiped out nearly all magic from a once wondrous fantasy world. An antisocial former bard named Hum seeks a way to save the soul of his wife with nothing but a foul-tempered mutant unicorn and his wits to protect him. And it is a fabulous book by Cy Spurrier. Beautiful colors, beautiful artwork. It's 3 volumes. I totally dug this book, and it is a top-notch read. Very much a fun fantasy, medieval, strange, weird wasteland of a comic. But Cy Spurrier has become one of my favorite writers. He wrote The Spire, which is another great book you should get. And then we've got Postal, which is $9.99, and I just got the hardcover of it. It's at the bottom of a pile right now, or otherwise I'd show it to you. Postal deals with an autistic, or on the spectrum, mail worker in a town that shouldn't exist and officially doesn't exist, of people out of prison. There's only one rule there. You can't kill. If you kill somebody else, you are immediately executed. The town's mayor has all the power, and it's a bunch of ex-convicts or people with something to hide, and they exist through an agreement with a certain government agency, and there is a murder mystery, and it turns out the mailman, who is the son of the mayor, has an affinity for trying to solve this crime. And it's, I believe, 6 volumes, 6 or 7. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite books. I love Postal. It is extremely well done. Only $9.99 for the first one. And you get your money's worth out of all these books. Actually, let me see if I can pull without screwing everything up. Okay, good. Here's the big Postal hardcover that I got from Kickstarter. It's Boss.
That looks awesome.
Thank you.
And is that one also coming out like for everyone, not just for Kickstarter people?
It will lack a slipcover, not slipcover, dust jacket. and my name is in it because I was a backer. And I thought I put Omnidog, but I put Jess Bragg, which is boring as hell. But that won't be in the regular book, so I had to get this to see, my name in it. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really like it. And I was talking to Taylor Brown a couple days ago, and he said, "Has your postal come yet?" And I go, "No, it still hasn't." Oh wait, there's like 5 boxes right there that I just haven't had the energy to open, and it had come like last week, and I hadn't opened the box yet. So the postal hardcover, Brian, I got from Kickstarter, but it will be available to everyone whenever they start releasing. I think it was supposed to be released in April. So whenever the distribution system gets going again, it should be available. It is beautiful. And Bandito, I don't know. I couldn't tell you when the hardcover's coming out now. I believe it was supposed to be April, but gosh, who knows now? I don't know. And end of the year, November, September.
It's going to be April 2022.
April 2022. Okay. I'm covered. Actually, I would love to reread this, but I already promised that. Oh, I don't have to read it on Saturday because it's not coming Saturday. Walmart screwed up on my what book did I order? Swamp Thing by Nancy Collins. It was supposed to be here Saturday, and I was going to read it immediately, and instead it's not coming till next Wednesday, and so I'll forget about it till 2022. F it.
I'll remind you so that I can be jealous of you reading it.
Okay, so you're not getting it.
I can't. I'm on strict orders until all of this is done.
Right. I get it. What do you have a recommendation for something, an inexpensive?
Yeah, I've got a little
new and or old reader.
I've got a stack here, and a lot of these are like first volumes, similar to what you have, but I also have a couple of done in ones and stuff, just making sure that they all fall under being pretty cheap. So I'll start at the back here. This one I talked about on a couple of shows.
You don't have to do your whole shot here.
Okay.
We'll break it up into segments so we each have several go-arounds.
Okay, well, first book here, I mentioned this before on the show, was the Perry Bible Fellowship Almanac. I got Jess to buy this. I think that Omar also picked it up. This is a webcomic. This is a collection of a lot of the strips from the webcomic itself. Very funny, very, just light reading that's nice to have at a time like this, I think.
Yeah.
Just a good example of a Perry Bible Fellowship. Some of it's a little bit less safe for work than others, but all in all, it's a good read. And IST has it for like less than $15 or something like that.
And I can chime in with Ryley. He was right to. That was a great recommendation. That may be recommendation number 15.
Yeah, it's just good stuff. It's a good, like, I don't remember if I described it as this before, but it's a good like toilet read. Like, you go to the bathroom, you have a little comic strip book, and you can just sit there and read a few strips and then get out of there and sanitize everything.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a great book. I love comic strips and stuff like that, and that one's just a really good one that has very clever humor in it. And like I said, it's less than $15 for the hardcover on In Stock Trades. So that is, I checked and made sure that these were available. So that's definitely a choice of mine. This is one that we all talked about a while ago on the show, and I want to bring it back up. and that's Murder Falcon.
Oh,
This is a fantastic 8-issue limited series. So this is all done in this one book. Cover price is $20. I think it's close to $14 or so on IST, also in stock right now. Written by Daniel Warren Johnson. Basically, it follows a young guy. My screen's a little shiny. A young guy and the Murder Falcon as they go on their expedition. A lot of stuff to do with music and rock and roll and stuff. And it's just by the end of it, very touching story. I highly recommend it. It's a very quick read as well. You'll probably buy it and get done in one sitting, but it's one that'll resonate and that'll stick with you for a while. And I think that's that makes it real worth it. It's only one volume, but it's something that you'll be happy to have on your shelf. And then I'll do one more for right now. This is another single volume one. I think this was a recommendation that I gave you a while ago, Jess, and I think that you read it and enjoyed it as well, was Centipede. Yeah. This is published from Dynamite. This is written by Max Bemis with artist Ian Marin. This was a limited series that came out several years back. Dynamite had some deal with Atari, and they put out a few different series based on Atari games, and one of those was Centipede. And I jumped on this immediately because it has Max Bemis attached to it, and I've enjoyed everything that he's written. He has a really good way of exploring mental health and stuff like that in his books. It's just a really cool take on the Centipede video game. Very simple game. You know, you're shooting with the little ship, shooting at the centipede that's working its way down. So it gives a kind of an interesting expansion on what that game is about and these characters and stuff. So it has pretty good artwork too. We have a lot of the bugs, different like alien bug creatures and stuff that have invaded Earth, and you're following your main character as he is trying to survive, but he possibly is not all quite right in the head as he is dealing with this insect apocalypse. It's a very, very fun, quick read. I think it was 6 issues or so. Yeah, 6 issues or so. And this has a cover price of $19.99. I think it's like 30 to 40% off on in-stock trades, also in stock currently. So those are my first 3 recommendations for today's show.
Very nice. Yeah, that Centipede was a recommendation that I enjoyed.
It's very solid. That's just like with Murder Falcon. That's something I enjoy, is when it's a nice single volume story done in one volume. It's not too expensive. You can pick it up, read it in one sitting, maybe start to finish, and have this solid single story that you can, revisit later. But it's like watching a movie or something. You're not sucked into this long, drawn out, ongoing thing. That's one of the things I wanted to make sure I was doing here, and not recommending like, oh, pick up the first volume of a series that goes on for hundreds of issues. And keep it a little bit more limited. What's up, Omar? You're late.
Untimely, Omar.
Goober.
I told you all. I told every one of you all would be running late, so don't give me shit. How's everybody doing?
I'm gonna give you shit anyway.
We're giving you shit anyway.
Especially you, Gio.
I didn't say anything.
That was a nice guy. We have to make up for that.
Yeah, he is a good guy. Yeah.
Well, Gio was about to give some recommendations, but Jess and I have each given a few recommendations of cheap, nice, good books that they can pick up on in-stock trades for new or old readers.
Oh, damn, we have a topic. Okay, that's new.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't have topics, Omar. It's that you don't pay attention to the chat to see what the topic's going to be.
Guys, I throw ideas. I throw gold at you all, and then you're like, we'll do this.
Gold that you threw was to talk about Spawn.
And it was amazing. You should have read it.
I did. I saw you were talking shit about Angela, and I immediately got pissed.
That was the only thing you got out of it. It was gold.
Well, it's not like you put like a paragraph, like 3 or 4 sentences describing Spawn, and then
it wasn't even that. It was,
and then like, Jess was like, "I like Angela."
Every time I give you guys gold, I'm like, this is what we should do. And you're like, I think we should discuss bubblegum flavors. All right, fine. Fuck it. Let's
idea.
bubblegum flavors, I guess. All right. So Gio, sorry to interrupt. Didn't mean to crash your party. Go ahead, man. Suggest some what? The hell's the topic again?
Inexpensive books for the new or old reader.
Inexpensive. Guys, you guys realize we are OmniBros, right? Not cheap ass books.
That's why my initial reaction was, oh shit, I've been collecting Omnibus for too long. I don't remember what's cheap anymore.
All right, Gio?
Yeah, sure. My first pick is Kill 6 Billion Demons, which I really liked. I made a review on my channel if you want to learn more about it. It's a $15 trade, and basically you follow the character of Allison Ruth, which you see here on the cover, and her boyfriend has been kidnapped by dimension hopping demon knights, and she is taken to the multiverse and alternate reality, and she's going to train to save her boyfriend from the clutches of evil. So it's a twist on the classic trope of the damsel in distress. In this case, it's the guy, and she doesn't believe it at first, but you get fantastic world building with excellent mythology written in about the multiverse and religion and demons and stuff. Here you can see some of the characters, and what I like about it is that it's pretty big for a trade paperback. I don't know if you can see the size of this thing properly. But I really like it. It started out as a webcomic. You can read it out. I don't remember the website, but you can use Google. That's where they made it. So yeah, you can check out on the comic on Google for free legally, because it's a web comic, and you get stuff like this. Really cool designs. I love how scratchy and grungy everything looks, and again, a cool exploration of things we've already learned about in other stories, but here you get it with a twist. And the character of Ruth is really cool. I like her, and the supporting cast is really impressive. There's a lot of characters here, and crazy artwork too. Yeah, it's only 3 trades. What was that?
Sorry, this book and TMNT are the ones you got me to get on the show we did. Convince you to buy the books.
Oh yeah. Sorry. True. I forgot. My bad. It's only 3 trade paperbacks so far, but obviously you can read it online and keep the story going. I'd rather read it in physical form, but it's really cool. I definitely enjoy this Kill 6 Billion Demons. The one downside is that the second trade is slightly shorter in size, and then the third trade is like this big.
It's so weird.
It's so confusing.
No, I can't do that.
I have it here. Here.
Sorry, Gio, you lost me at different sizes.
Look at the third volume. Check this out.
It's so weird.
I don't know what happened. Maybe it wasn't selling as well. Probably. I don't know. Or not many people were learning about the series, and they cut back on the dimensions on purpose for budget reasons. That's my guess.
Well, I wonder if there's no borders or anything on the inside for any of the artwork, is there? Slight
pretty much
border.
like this. Yeah.
Because I wonder if the creator, I don't know if it's a gentleman or a lady, if they changed the size of the pages, or like the size of the images that they posted online.
Oh, this is cool. I mean, you get online, it benefits from your computer being, it's not limited by page size, but this is a really cool image, and my crappy camera is not doing it justice. But you get a whole freaking, what do they call this? Diagram map of one of the centers in the multiverse. Not gonna say what this is exactly because it's a spoiler, but and you see like where everybody is at the point in this story and all that stuff.
Oh, cool!
So
I gotta read this.
So it's really detailed. Volume 3.
I thought you already read it, Jess. You just said that.
No, I bought it, but I haven't read it yet.
That sounds about right.
Big difference.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth it for anybody who wants to try something new, something that's not Big 2 related, or a famous Image comic, because people like to say Image is indie, but they're pretty famous. They got some pretty popular titles, so I'd beg to differ. But for $15, you're getting a really cool story, I think.
Look at Geo with a comic book political opinion.
Yeah. Second, I'll do another book, and then we switch the camera around.
Sure.
Everybody knows about this.
Oh yeah,
I want more people to read it because Flintstones is amazing. I love the Flintstones, and to have it like this is awesome. And I wish it were a freaking oversized hardcover, but that's never going to happen. So this for $16, I think. Yeah, $16.99, which you can get on in-stock trades for much less. You get a true reimagining of the Flintstones in their, honoring the legacy of being like the first adult-oriented cartoon with social commentary and all that stuff, and still being entertaining to kids. True to that style, this is awesome. It explores so many topics in a hilarious and endearing way, and the art is great. It just fantastic. Do check it out. Every Hanna-Barbera book, well, most of the Hanna-Barbera reimaginings I've liked, and this is my favorite so far, the Flintstones.
Did you read Dastardly and Muttley?
I haven't. I need to get that, and I want to get the spin-off from Future Quest. Was it Future Quest?
Oh yeah, Future Quest presents.
Yeah.
Future
I need to read that, and I need to finish Scooby Apocalypse because I have not picked up the last volume. And there was something else. Wacky Race. I do have Snagglepuss. That's great.
Jetson.
I have Jetsons. I have them all right here. Where are they?
That was a solid line of series. Yeah, Wacky Raceland was crazy.
When's that omnibus coming? That's the real question.
Never.
I don't know, Gio, talk to your people. I mean, Omar, talk to your people.
Jess, I'm going to talk to you.
So here's some of my Hanna-Barbera books. Snagglepuss.
Brian, what the fuck have they done to the Flintstones?
They made them better. The Flintstones are great.
It's really good, man. The Jetsons, Future Quest. There's another.
I love Future Quest because before they started this whole thing, I literally somewhere, I think like on Tumblr, I was like, it'd be super cool if they did a superhero team of all those Hanna-Barbera characters, and then they did it.
Nice.
And this is not everyone's favorite, but I like it.
This is Jim Lee cover though on Scooby Apocalypse.
Yeah, who would have thunk it? Scooby-Doo, Jim Lee. Huh.
How many volumes is Scooby Apocalypse?
6. I have the 1 through 5 here.
That needs an omnibus.
I know. Can you imagine if they put Scooby Apocalypse omnibus before Man of Steel?
Sounds about right.
I'll be out. I'm done. I'm done collecting. Fuck me. So I did not come prepared, but I just gathered some books. Just like I'm sure you guys did 2 minutes before the show started, except for Gio, who's a professional.
No, I did it during the show.
I did it 10 minutes before the show.
That sounds about right. And then later on, you're going to be like, oh, I should have mentioned that book. I'm an idiot. I should prep next time. Mental note, prep next time.
Nope.
Nah.
No way.
It's not our style.
Okay, so Jess, I assume you've already gone, right? You've talked about some of these books. Okay, hello, Omar. So I'm gonna talk about, I don't know, what's cheap.
Whatever you think is cheap is fine.
How much is a banana? $5? All right, let's see.
$5.
Not that one banana.
It's in Arrested Development line.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Farmhand, $12.99.
Nice.
This is Rob Giuri. Is that how you say his name? The guy that did the artwork for Chew. This is his book.
It's Rob what now?
I think, isn't it like
I'm
Rob?
pretty sure it's just Guillory.
I think
Gil-
it's
God
Gilroy.
bless you all. Whatever. Make up your own damn languages. All right, so it's a place that grows body parts and nothing can go wrong. Jurassic Park style. Of course, things go wrong. $12.99. I'm pretty sure Jess may have talked about this one.
I
Yoda?
did.
Mhm.
Yeah, very
Okay.
good.
So
Go
throwing
ahead,
that.
go ahead and spread some more love for Coda.
You already showed it though, right? $9.99.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah. Look at the. Oh yeah, look. Wait, hold on. Coda. Look at that artwork. $9.99. No hardcover announcement yet. Boom Studio. Cy Spurrier. Beautiful. Oh my God, look at that. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous. All right. One that I turned Jess onto, Lake of Fire.
Oh yeah.
Probably one of my favorite reads of 2019. This one's $16.99, but man, it's the Crusades. Demons, maybe. That's all I will say about that. The less you know, the better you are. It's an awesome read. Rated mature for sure.
Yeah.
But love this book.
Great Omar recommendation.
That's one in few. Weatherman, if you're a fan of anime, and I think I told Jess to avoid this one
Yeah. You
mainly
did.
because something bad happens. If you love animals,
Yeah.
something horrible happens at the beginning, and you don't need to read it. But if you get past that, if you have no heart, then you are in for a crazy treat. I love this book. And let me show you if I can find it here in a second. One of the best things about this is that there's a lot of little Easter eggs here. If you're a fan of anime, I love the fighting sequences too. But the spaceships in here are really cool because one of them is the actual. There we go. Let me see if I can get a better shot. Aha! The swordfish
Oh,
from Cowboy Bebop.
cool. I didn't know that.
Gory as hell, really fun, easy to follow the action. What else I got?
How many volumes is Weather?
Only
Weather
two so
Two?
far. 2. Lake of Fire is 1. I think Coda is 3, right, Jess? If I'm not mistaken, 3.
3, yeah.
What else did I show? Farmhand Volume 2 just came out. It's still an ongoing. And then I've got a couple more, but you all can go next, please.
Let's see. Let me just answer this question really quick from Plastic Life. Yeah, the art did change in beauty. I have the series upstairs though, so I can't reference it right now. I remember I felt like the art got better enough that I did finish it out to volume 5 so far. So I think it gets better. But you're right. Yeah, the art did change, Plastic Life, and not in a good way. But I think it gets better. But write me on my channel, and I'll definitely look for you if you want me to, etc. Okay. I have some. Let's see. I'm going to do my image books after this. These are my Rebirth books that I think are. I don't have Superman, Batman, action, or detective in paperback, but I recommend them because all 4 are really good. From Rebirth, the first few trades are excellent. And they are reasonably priced at $16.99. I remember I really liked the 3 volumes of Superwoman. You do have to have a little bit of working knowledge about the end of Superman's life from New 52 to understand Superwoman. So you can Wikipedia that. Or you can go to my channel and watch how to enjoy DC Rebirth, and I will explain it to you. That's Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. Thank you very much. So Superwoman, I really enjoyed, along with Superman, Batman, Detective, and Action. I also enjoyed Hal Jordan, Robert Venditti's Hal Jordan, and the Green Lantern Corps. I read about looks like the first 4 and enjoyed them all. I can't say how much further the series went because I moved on and haven't gone back yet. The art is excellent. The story is fantastic. I really dug Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. I also dug the Green Lanterns.
Vendetti's a very underrated writer.
He really is.
I don't hear enough talk about his lanterns or his run on Flash.
Yeah, I agree with you. Then there's a little book that some people know about, Aquaman. Dan Abnett's run. First few books of this are really good.
Yeah.
$16.99. And I think Gio had to go to the bathroom or something because he's not chiming in right now.
He said yeah.
He said yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe he is in the bathroom.
Here's a good picture of Mira.
Maybe.
But yeah, these first few volumes from Rebirth of Aquaman are excellent and a really good writing of the character. And I really dug it. And it was also $16.99. And then I highly recommend from DC Rebirths the first 3, and you have to stop at 3, Red Hood and the Outlaws. You have to stop when it just becomes Red Hood, because the Outlaws are the most interesting part about this book. The Outlaws are great with Red Hood. It's Bizarro and Artemis, a Themysciran and Amazon, and it is a lot of fun. The first 3 trades of Red Hood and the Outlaws. It is not the same as New 52 Red Hood. It is the same writer somehow, but he has sold his soul or done something and writes the most fun book of Rebirth for me. The first 3 volumes of Red Hood and the Outlaws. This is also $16.99. And Bizarro and Artemis are awesome in this. And it is a ton of fun, and I highly recommend Red Hood and the Outlaws. DC Rebirth.
Did you pick up the New 52 Red Hood Omnibus?
I did not.
Figured you would go for that.
You did not. You knew I wouldn't bring it up.
All right, I'll go again.
Okay.
I got a few more things here. First, this one is really cool. I've only read the first volume of it, but I really enjoyed it and do want to continue, and that's Kaiju Max.
Oh, yeah.
Kaiju Max Season 1, the first 6 issues. This is a $10 book. After that, it gets a little bit more expensive for each volume, but there's only 4 out so far. There's also a big single volume of hardcover. Really, really big boy that has both the first 2 seasons. But this is a fantastic story, fantastic series. Basically, it is an island that is a prison for kaiju or giant beasts. So stuff similar to Godzilla and stuff. And I like how they do just like in the Godzilla movies, they have the little logos for each character that appears in here. But it's very much like a drama series in the way that the characters interact with each other within the prison. You get to know the monsters more personally and stuff like that, and their interactions with the guards that guard the prison, that make sure that they're not escaping and stuff like that. It's a fantastic series. It has a very anime cartoony style to the artwork, which is to be expected there, just with the subject matter. But it is a fantastic series that I absolutely enjoyed. I read this in one sitting, and I don't know why it's taken so long for me to get back to it, but I really do want to catch up and read more of this because this was a fantastic read. Highly recommended.
Hey, Ryley, really quick, before you put that up, at the very bottom, does it give you, like, in each page at the very bottom, because I know it does on the big book, does it give you an explanation as what you're looking at? Like every page has like, this monster comes from this, this kaiju is from this originally. This is a battle that's kind of mimicking the battle from the 1939. Like, it's a really cool. Oh, okay, never mind. Sorry.
No,
Wow,
it doesn't.
really? That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's almost like a little index just about in each page.
I didn't think that it did because I didn't remember seeing that whenever I was reading this. So it definitely does not have that at all. So that's a really cool little
Yeah, that's what I liked about the. I know, right?
Hardcover.
Riley Geo has it too, and the guy is a really nice guy. The guy that made that.
Xander Cannon.
Yeah, really nice dude.
What series did he also do art for that I have somewhere on my shelves? I feel like he did something with a bigger writer, and it was a while ago, and his style was very different. I don't know. I'll have to explore in a second. The next two are by the same creator. This is someone who does some really, really fun, again, very cartoony type of stuff. But Kyle Starks, the first book is Rock Candy Mountain. Rock Candy Mountain is only 2 volumes, I think a total of 8 issues, but it's a fantastic story basically of Hobo Jackson, the guy that you see on the top of this train here, as he is trying to make it to hobo heaven, essentially. And along the way, he has to fight a bunch of different people, including the devil and the mafia and stuff like that, just to make it to the Rock Candy Mountain. It is a fantastic series, very fun artwork. It's the artwork I know is not going to be for everyone, but once you kind of get used to his style, it works just incredibly for the series. Great action sequences, great story, very simple, very easy to read. And the first volume is only $10. The second volume, I think, is like $16. But like I said, it's only the 2 volumes. $15 for volume 2. It's only the 2, so it's an easy one to pick up and read, and one that a lot of people might not have checked out. And if you like that, also from Kyle Starks, Kill Them All. This one is just like a fantastic action movie from the 80s or early 90s shoved into this one small package. Just some people who are going through, and they're, as the title suggests, they're killing them all. Has amazing action from front to back. It's got a fun premise. Basically, something happens and this lady has to go and seek some vengeance and kill a bunch of people that caused something to happen to her. It's also pretty cheap. Let's see. Oh, this one's actually $20. For a smaller package, it's not as cheap, but it is done in one. This is a quick read. You'll sit down and churn it out. I think I did in about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. So definitely recommend this one quite a bit. And then this one I was not going to mention until you guys reminded me of it because of Jess talking about Green Lantern, and that is Hawkman by Robert Venditti.
Yeah.
This series, there's only 2 volumes so far that are out. I think the 3rd volume was supposed to be due out soon, but that, of course, got delayed. Fantastic. I've never been a huge Hawkman fan at all, but Robert Venditti obviously is, and he obviously has a lot of care for this character. And I think that the work that he's doing is just so fantastic, so marvelously done that it made me want to read more Hawkman material, especially with the way that he calls back to all of the different, how do you say, like regenerations of Hawkman.
Yeah.
And so it makes me want to go back and read these series, but unfortunately Hawkman is a character that is very slimly collected, I guess I would say. So it's just kind of, take what you can with the character. They did the first Hawkworld volume, just the mini series, and then they were going to do the ongoing series as well by Tim Truman, and then just canceled that. But it's got fantastic artwork all the way through from Brian Hitch, at least in the first volume. I forget if he did all of the second volume. I'm guessing he did.
What Hawkman is that? Is that the Rebirth Hawkman?
This is the current. Yeah, so it's been going on
post Rebirth. So it's after Brian Hitch did that amazing run on Justice League.
Yeah. This is it no longer has the Rebirth.
Yeah, I got you.
Thing across it, but it's during the Rebirth continuity, if you will. The first 2 volumes collect the first 12 issues of the series, and I think each one of these is, they're $16.99 each, and they should be available on in stock trades. You really don't need to know anything about the character going in, because Robert Venditti does a really great job of kind of explaining who he is, what the character's all about, and the idea of Hawkman's different resurrections and stuff like that. And just does a really great job with Brian Hitch of giving us a fantastic action series with good sci-fi and exploration elements. And there's a naked man.
Sold.
There you go. That's what I got.
Yeah, I can. I definitely agree.
Whoa,
with,
where's Gio?
I don't know. He didn't message me either. Maybe he's rebooting his computer or something.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree with Hawkman. I really found it to be enjoyable. And of course, Hobo Fights in Rock Candy Mountain. That's a great book. I haven't read Kill Them All yet.
So
what do you got, Uncanny?
I've got a couple more, and then you all can go. Well, I don't have that many more, really. So one of them is Isola.
Ah, yes.
Beautiful book, beautifully drawn. I actually asked Brendan Fletcher when he was at Baltimore, him and Carl Kerschel, if they have any plans to do a deluxe hardcover when this is all said and done. And they both looked at each other like, that sounds like a pretty cool idea. Maybe. So it was pretty funny. I'm like, wait, you guys, this is beautiful artwork. It needs to be an oversized hardcover. Like, people would buy this. And because, the creators themselves are the ones that decide whether something at Image is released in what format. So it's up to them. But just, can you imagine this in oversized hardcover form? It's beautiful. It reminds me of, I don't know if Josh Middleton. Do y'all remember him?
Yeah.
Very anime-ish art style. But damn, really enjoy this book. And these are cheap. Like volumes 1 and 2 are $9.99. And funny enough, somebody mentioned Sex Castle. No,
Yep.
Dave K. This is $15.99. It's Kyle Stark's really funny dude, really nice guy too. If you've ever met him at a convention, ridiculous, hilarious. What was the thing that he wrote? Wasn't it based on the board game Winter? Damn it! It's that game where you're trapped in a mall and there's a zombie apocalypse. I know somebody in the chat probably knows the answer to that, but I like that book too. It's the story of the dog from that game.
Wow. I could not be more less in the dark than I am right now.
No, it's not like you're trying to undo a woman's bra, Jess. Stay with me. It's a board game. You've played board games before. So anyway, that's what this is. Candyland. No, you're fired, Tasty Melon. Smurfs. Or for Dead of Winter. Thank you, Darumo. I knew somebody in the chat would know. Or if you're from Latin America, Los Pitufos. So that's what this is. This is the original collection. This one's a little more. This one's $19.99. I figured that's where I'd stop. This is a nice hardcover. They've done 6 of these. Solicited 7, but volume 7 got canceled. Damn it. Because I love these. These are the original comics, all done in chronological order for the first time in America. In the way that these were released. This one was released by Paper Cuts. And this is a studio I really don't know very much about, but it's the original comics that the cartoons were based on. And the Smurfs, actually, is this volume 1? Yeah. It even has the very first appearance of the Smurfs, which, if you know anything about that, is from the original comic strip Johan and Pee-wee, who later had their own cartoon as well. But that's where the Smurfs originally appeared. See? It's Papa Smurf. What's up? And last but not least, something I just recently got into because Cinebook sent this my way. And I've been enjoying the shit out of it. And I know I've heard of a lot of my European viewers read this. And this is Thorgal. This is volume 1. Shit, I have volume 0. I probably should have started there. But they're not hardcovers. They're just soft, like thick trades, almost like an annual. But man, this is a fantasy story that I'm not even going to try to pronounce the creators' names because not going to do that. But it's an awesome story. At least volume 1 is. There are a total of 20, I think, so far. But just gorgeous artwork. It's finally brought over to English by Cinebook. They're the same people that have been doing the Lucky Luke books. So, yeah, really enjoying this. And that is that. That's all I got, guys.
Okay, and we have Weekend Geekdom back.
Hey,
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to, yeah, I'm back. Sorry. My internet
It's
is
your turn
not
to
the best.
talk. It's your
My
turn
internet's-
to share.
What was that? Sorry.
You're up. You're on deck. You're up at the home plate. You're ready
All
to
right.
go.
Sure. I have my next book with me. It is Birthright from Joshua Williamson.
So, Gio, really quick.
Yeah.
Is that book available in hardcover, Birthright?
Nope. It's
Damn, it looks so awesome, and I wanted to check it out. I haven't read that yet. Go ahead. Sorry, sir.
No, it's okay. It's by Joshua Williamson and published by Image Comics. And the first volume goes for $10, which you can get for a lot less on InStockTrades.com. And this is a story about the Rhodes family. They lose their son one day just before his birthday celebration, and he mysteriously vanishes. And not really a spoiler because you learn pretty early on. He is sort of whisked away to an alternate planet, Earth, I guess, where it's very swords and sandals, fantasy, dark fantasy type world. And he back on our planet, they think the family went crazy. They think they accused him of murder. The mother breaks down, and the Rhodes family just breaks apart. And then I think it's a couple years later or a year later, I might be wrong on that, our main character, Mikey, he returns, but as an adult, looking like your Conan the Barbarian type character.
Cool.
And there's a twist, which I cannot reveal because it's the coolest thing about this book. But something's not right when he comes back because he's grown up. He's got a full epic beard, but there's something off, and that's where the story kicks in. And the art is simply breathtaking. And like Omar mentioned, I wish we had an oversized hardcover of this because the art is fantastic, in my opinion. But yeah, really cool stuff. I believe it's still ongoing. I'm not up to date. I only have like the first 5 volumes with me, but I really like this, and I do suggest Birthright if you like epic fantasy comic. This is volume 1, Homecoming.
I have all of those, and I've got to read them.
Yeah. And it's really cool. I mean, I love the art on this. So I got that, and give me one quick second. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I have books on the floor right now. Give me one quick second. Be right back. Sorry.
Okay. No, we're missing Omar too, so it's just me and Ryley.
Great. Fantastic.
I'm here. I went to go look and I got distracted by other things.
That is fine.
Yeah. So
Omar, did you also from Kyle Starks read Mars Attacks?
no, and I mean to. Damn it! I keep meaning to read that. I was gonna review that. That's what I'm gonna review with my wife. I'm gonna review Mars Attacks. She wants a book, like she wants to start reviewing more books on the channel, and I'm like, all right, let me find a book, and I keep forgetting. So I have like my fucking ADD of like a 5-year-old. I was looking for books over there, and I'm like, oh shit, Astro Train. That's a Transformer, by the way. I was like, I forgot I had that figure. He's pretty cool. Oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing a show. No, motherfucker. And then I realized, oh wait, I already had Astro Train. God damn it! I'm not drinking beer, man. I'm drinking chocolate milk.
That's my wife the other night was just. I really want some chocolate milk.
It was just in the fridge. The girls are gonna be pissed in the morning when they realize that.
It's a good one though, dude. This is another good. It's $20 cover price, so probably around 15, 14 on IST. I haven't checked if it's still in stock or anything because I wasn't planning on talking about it. But it's a quick 6 issues, based on, of course, the Mars Attacks franchise, with the alien brains, the ack stuff. Yeah, Kyle Starks, and he has artist Chris Schweizer work on it, but it's just basically this guy who is trying to protect himself and his father, and I think their dog as well, from the invasion of the aliens. And it's real simple idea, real good. Kyle Stark's kind of doing what he does best with the action comedy deal. Yeah, real fun read. I read it in one sitting, so highly recommend it, especially for anyone who, if you're a fan of Starks, then I would definitely jump on that. A little bonus recommendation.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Or y'all can take it off of me now.
Sorry.
Well, I can talk and Ryley can do the
I'll do an interpretive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My final pick is Death or Glory from Rick.
Ooh, that's a good one. Wait a second.
A fantastic heist, action-packed, sort of like a B movie. I kept thinking this is like a Grindhouse movie in comic book form, but in the best of ways. It's by Remender with one of my all-time favorite artists, Bengal. I love his art so much. It crosses the threshold of what's Western. There it is. Western comic mixed with manga sensibilities. It's just a blast. And you follow the character of Glory, which you see here. They live in, I assume it's, they never do mention where they're living at, right? In this book, if I remember correctly, somewhere in the West, in the U.S., and she has to do a couple heists in order to pay for her father's life-saving surgery, and she's going to get herself involved with criminal organizations like dark web type of crap, where you don't want to cross these bad guys, these mafia dudes, and there's a lot of stylized action in this, and again, the art is just so cool. I mean, Bengal, he's so expressive. I love his artwork so much. And Glory, she's just a badass. And I really wish that this would get the library edition or oversized treatment, just like all the other Remender books, because I think it's worth it.
I'm sure it will, because it's still they don't have a second paperback out yet, do they?
No, but it's ending soon-ish. It's not going to be a long series.
Okay.
They mentioned.
Oh yeah, then it should definitely get a hardcover.
So yeah, pretty straightforward action. But again, for how much is this? For $16, you're getting a treat, and I'm pretty sure you can find it for cheap on our sponsor's website. A really kick-ass action with lots and lots of truckers. So if you like truckers, this might be the comic book for you. Death or Glory, Volume 1. I did a review on my channel if you want to check it out. If not, it's okay. So
that's the way to sell it.
So yeah, these were my last two. I don't have the others with me. I'm sorry. I'm Birthright, Death or Glory. What else did I talk about? Kill 6 Billion Demons, Flintstones, lots of cool stuff. I try to stick to indie stuff and non-superhero books for this topic.
Okay.
But if you want to talk superheroes, I saw some people in the chat talking that they bought the Aquaman omnibus. I'm very proud of them. God bless them. They did the right decision.
I love Death or Glory. That was a good book. Now comes my biggest pile, because these are all first volumes of Image things, and those most of them are $10, and on In Stock Trades you can get them for even cheaper. These are the books that I like. Let's see.
Before you start, I'm gonna head back out because I told my wife I'm gonna be 1 hour. So
okay, Ryley, where can they find you on the web?
I am happy to say that I still haven't had my channel jacked again. Yeah. So I don't think I put anything out since this past weekend, but I've been really preoccupied with watching a lot of TV and stuff, and I kind of forget every day that I should probably make more videos. But yeah, you can find me on my channel. Just look up The Omnibus Collector on YouTube, and I've been churning out like a bunch of stuff ever since I got my channel back. A lot of cool things, a lot of cool videos, a lot of cool things that I'm planning on doing in the near future. And then on Facebook, the Omnibus Collectors Comic Swapping Community, where I finally let in like 300 people the other day who had been waiting patiently for at least 2 months.
Let me in. Let me in.
Yeah, the Eric Andre, let me in. And then Instagram, where I will post what I'm reading if you're ever curious about what I'm reading at the current moment. RyleyMo, RYLEYM0 is my Instagram. That's it. Thank you so much for letting me talk some cheap comics. I hope that I have given some good books for consideration for some people, especially some of these that I know a lot of people don't talk about too much, like Centipede and Rock Candy Mountain. I don't hear people talking about too much, but I really love them and would love to see some people check them out and tell me what you think on one of our shows later.
Nice.
All right. Peace out, guys.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Talk to y'all soon later. Bye.
Okay. So this will be my image presentation. So I got a huge stack of image books, so I won't dwell on each one too long, other than to say I like all of them and I recommend getting them from InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always an Omniboslive discount code at the end of every quarter. At the end of every month, IST gives us a $50 gift card to give away. If you order $50 or more worth of books in the United States, you get free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And a book you can get at InStock Trades is the first volume of Rose, which was $10, $9.99. Rose I found to be an excellent, interesting, fun, exciting read, a fantasy book. Once upon a time in the faraway land of magic is a death sentence. The powerful sorceress and evil queen Drusilla maintains her grip on this land with fear, deception, and brute force. The young woman Rose, who witnesses firsthand the cold cruelty of the queen's forces as they raze villages and murder her mother, Rose's thirst for revenge will bring her closer to her true calling. The cat, Thorn, the 8-foot Black Panther, destined to pair with the last guardian, that's Rose, and be her companion and protector. Right here. But this cat still has some battles of his own to fight. This is an excellent fantasy series from Image. I loved it. Meredith Finch wrote it. I found it to be really well drawn, and the character Rose and the cat Thorn are an excellent team, and this book's a lot of fun. It's 3 volumes. Then we come to a book that Taylor Brown and I are going to eventually review. This is also by Kyle Higgins. It's Cowl. We're going to review this on a Crime Corner. Welcome to the Chicago. The art is so good. Welcome to the Chicago Organized Workers League, the world's first superhero labor union. After World War II, these guys spearheaded a campaign to bring heroes together in Chicago, striking a contract with the city and giving birth to the first organization of its kind. Now in 1962, Warner and Cowl face their fiercest foe yet, a disillusioned public. So this book is really well written and really well drawn. This first volume, $9.99 from Image, and it is, as far as I know, it's just 2 volumes.
Nice.
Yeah. Then we've got one of my favorite books of whatever year I read it. I feel like it was last year, Dead Hand.
Ooh.
This is like a 1991 Cold War, end of the Cold War era book. In the fall of the 1991, as the Soviet Union collapsed, highly decorated operative Carter Carlson discovered a secret that not only changed his life but altered the course of history as well. There's a place that doesn't exist on a map in the middle of nowhere, Eastern Europe, where they are keeping secret. The Russians and the Americans are keeping a secret that can alter the course of history, as they're saying. It can change the world. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it brings in the mysterious Dead Hand. The mysterious Dead Hand threatens to end the world once more. The only thing standing in its way is the relationship between an old spy and a little boy. Artwork is great, and this is such a well-written book by Kyle Higgins. I love Dead Hand, and it's just 1 volume, and it involves a spy and his relationship with a young boy that you see here in the middle of nowhere in the world, a place that doesn't exist on any maps. Excellent book, Dead Hand. Then we have Middle West by Scotty Young with Jorge Corona.
I want to read that. That looks awesome.
Sorry?
I want to read that. That looks awesome.
Oh, it's so good. It's 2 volumes. Great art. Scotty Young's a great writer. He's just a little kid, and he runs away, and he joins the circus, and his father is a miserable bastard and comes looking for him. But it turns out that the child happens to have magical powers, and they manifest themselves in strange ways, and it is really exciting, really fun, really interesting, and the characters, especially the young boy Abel, is so well written and so interesting, and the people that he encounters in the circus are so amazing and interesting. And this is 2 volumes so far, but I think it has 1 more volume to go. And this is Middle West. Let's see. And I think everybody knows Descender by Jeff Lemire. This first volume is $9.99. It's got a deluxe hardcover, painted interiors by Dustin Nguyen. I pretty much think I don't need to say anything about this book. It's got, everybody knows and loves this book. And I, quite frankly, have forgotten that it was written by Jeff Lemire. He's done so many great things in this book. I kept the trade paperbacks, but who knows? Maybe someday I'll upgrade to the deluxe. I think he's on Ascender now. I think so. That's just as good. So here's Descender. The first book was also $10. Skyward. I love this book, and I think Omar does too.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best reads of 2018 for me. Yeah, loved it. 3 volumes, right? I think that was it.
Right. Yeah, and this first book's $10 from Image. Gravity has disappeared on the Earth. Pretty much all gravity has, and this is how people adapt to it. The young woman in it adapts to it. Her father is a scientist that helped in the early days predict that gravity would disappear, and he has a solution. It involves her adventures in. She's a courier, and when her father disappears, over the course of the next 2 books, she discovers more of the world. She leaves. I think she's in Chicago, or is she in New York? I think she's in Chicago. And it is a great book. How they deal with the art is great. Dealing with no gravity is great. What it does in the Middle West to the size of the bugs and stuff is really interesting. She has been given a clue that there's something to be discovered in Kansas City that will help. There's an evil Lex Luthor guy that's trying to control everything. You picture him right here. And I love Skyward. 3 volumes, Image. Excellent, excellent book. And does anybody have anything else?
No.
Marvel reads.
I gotta actually bounce off because I was doing a live show tonight, but I wanted to join you folks.
Oh, well, thanks for joining us, Omar. Where can they hear this live show after they're done here first?
After they're done here, of course, near mint condition. It's a video game show. Calm down. I'm not doing cheap reads or whatever. Just mine and Rob's video game hall is all. So, yep, near mint condition. Thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to chime in and get to join the show on Monday because I lost my voice. So it's getting better. Almost there. And in the meantime, while Jess was talking, I was able to put my Rodimus together, my Rodimus Prime. Right.
Nice.
He is from Transformers. Picked him up at BotCon 20. No, I'm just kidding. I did not go to BotCon 20. There's no more BotCon. But anyway, thank you all. And you all keep entertaining these folks. Everybody stay safe out there.
Thanks for joining us. Okay. And so you're done then, Gio?
I think so for the most part. I mean, another great book, but I don't have the full series. But this is another great read for people. Yes. Castle in the Stars, volume 1. How many are there? 3 volumes, right?
There's 3, and the 4th one, if things go right, will come out in September.
Okay. Well, I did a video on this on my channel, and it's about people wanting to go to space in 1869 instead of the 60s, and it's a ton of fun. It reminded me of the Aeronauts, the movie. When I was reading this book, I kept thinking, man, they could have used the Aeronauts movie and made it into this instead. But basically, it's all steam powered with the was it the ether that they were looking for? Yeah, and they're trying to go to space and discover all sorts of mysteries. It's fantastic. It's very the art is very lovely.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
I loved it. It's so good. And I do recommend it, and you can probably still find it for cheap from first, second books. So yeah, Castle in the Stars, another great read, in my opinion.
Good. Thank you for that. That's a good recommendation. Here's a super chat from Mac Haven Comics.
Whoa, thank you.
OmniBros. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Okay, well then I have my Marvel reads that I just grabbed. These are going to be familiar to everybody, but I think they're good for new readers as well as old readers. Let's see. Let me see if they're... Well, these are probably better for old readers, these Marvel books. We'll go with All New Wolvie, one of my favorite books ever. This is an $18 book. There were 6 in the trade paperback line. I could read this again right now and be very happy. I should read it again. I love this book. Damn it, I meant to tell Omar he needs to get an omnibus of this. So, yeah, All New Wolvie, 6 volumes. Laura Kinney is awesome. And this has everything you want. Wait, did I say the wrong name? No, it's Laura Kinney, right? I always make it up and say Laura Linney, but that's the actress.
I think you're right.
Laura Kinney.
Yeah.
Yes. I always goof it up. Anyway, all new Wolvie. She's great. And this is a fantastic book. Followed up by, I believe, Mario. That's not her first name. Mariko Tamaki's X-23. This is an excellent family album. It's called, this is a Laura Kinney follow-up to the book. I loved this book. I believe there are 2 X-23s out right now in trade paperback. This one is also $18. The art is really good in this one. And it involves the Stepford Cuckoos, the first trade paperback. So that's interesting, since I love the Stepford Cuckoos. I'm into this one a lot. Then I haven't read it yet, but it sure looks good. And let me see, does he do all of these? Let me check. No, he does the first few. Jeff Lemire does the first few. Old Man Logan. These books $16, and then the next volume was $17. Old Man Logan. So Lemire does these. I think he does the first 5. It looks like, and then it's followed up by Ed Brisson. And I've heard nothing but great things about this book, so I want to read it. I'll be the first to say I don't know anything about it, but I've heard great things about it, and I really want to read it. And it's Jeff Lemire, so I mean, come on.
It's got to be good. Yeah. I've only read a few issues, not everything, but I liked what I read. Yeah,
good. And then there's 3 issues of this. Here are the first 2. One is Rogue and Gambit. The second one is called Mr. and Mrs. X, and then there's Mr. and Mrs. X Volume 2. These are about Rogue and Gambit, obviously. As a married couple, in Mr. and Mrs. X, we've got Deadpool and Kelly Thompson, I believe. Yeah, she writes a great Deadpool. She writes a great Rogue and Gambit, and it is just really, really good. I didn't know ahead of time that much about Rogue and Gambit, but I was fully invested in him. Kelly Thompson's such a great writer that I was fully invested in both of them by the end of the series, the 3 books. So I highly recommend these from Marvel, Rogue and Gambit and Mr. and Mrs. X 1 and 2. And that's it from the dog.
Solid recommendations.
Thank you, buddy.
And what's fun is that if they go to in-stock trades, you're not going to break the bank. A lot of them are available for cheap.
Yeah. You get your 2% off on Marvel books and DC books and Image, and you're talking 44% off on some of these books, and you can still buy books if you don't, even though new books aren't coming out, you can still get some of these books. Great reads, inexpensive, and a good way to keep your reading going, a good way to support the comic industry, and a good way to spend your time when you're stuck indoors.
Yeah. And of course, now's the perfect time to knock that wish list and get older books.
Yeah.
I know we're not talking manga, don't worry, but I wanted to show something real quick. I got these books. I'm not even going to talk what the series is about or whatever. I got these manga books from In Stock Trades the other day. So that's awesome that in the phase of all the craziness that's happening, they're still working hard and shipping out books and all that stuff. So yeah, go visit the website, instocktrades.com.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Daniel K Have you read The Old Guard and or Briggs Land? I love Old Guard. That is an excellent Greg Rucka book. Good recommendation. I have not read Briggs Land. That sounds I'd like to know more about.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either. Bavarian Rev, Jess, you made me buy all the TMNT trades. I did nothing of the sort. You did that. You did that. I told you that they were really great. He said, I bought 7 this week. What's wrong with me?
One of us. One of us. Yes.
Go, just read Birthright already. Totally up your alley. Okay, good. Well, I've got all the volumes, so I'm ready to read it. I'm very.
What was the last one that came out for Birthright?
I think it's on 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, I'm way behind then because I think I have 6 books.
Okay.
Ooh,
interesting. 8, yeah. Let's see. Any other question? Briggs Land is by Brian Wood at Dark Horse. Oh, okay. Any cheap R. Crumb books, Jess? Huh. I didn't pull any. His paperback stuff is usually pretty cheap. Jesse taught me how to love again. Right on, chat. I was just thinking about texting you, chat. Jess, can we still get the postal hardcover from Kickstarter, or am I too late? I'm not sure about that. I would go to the Kickstarter and write them and see if he has extras. A lot of times they have extras of these books. Really what I got is just my name in a book and the dust jacket. So if you're willing to wait for it to come out when things get started up again, it is getting released in hardcover. But I would go to Kickstarter and write Matt Hawkins or Brian Hill, whoever's in charge of the Kickstarter, and see if they have extras. Because sometimes once they're done selling them to the backers, they put them out to the public.
Yeah.
You're hyping up books as power and influential. Got a lot of new Cullen Bunn books. Oh, and Five Ghosts Deluxe recently because of that power. I love that 5 Ghosts. Chat, yes, we need to get Ultimate Spider Days going again.
That's true. I've been enjoying that. It's really awesome.
Oh, thank you. And Gio, you taught me how to love in the first place. There you
go. Hey.
Sweet.
Ultimate Spider-Man is one of my favorite runs of all time. So I love hearing you guys talking about it.
Irish Knight says, I just spent almost $1,700 on my fiance's car, and damn it, Jess, you are making me fill up my IST card. Hey, peace and love, peace and love. Irish Knight, I'm sorry, we don't know when Absolute Day Tripper is coming out. I think it was going to be this month. I feel like it was going to be this month, and now
it was supposed to be the 1st of April.
Oh, really?
Yep. But everybody, these books will come out. Just got to wait it out. But we will have the opportunity to buy them. Don't worry.
Yeah. And I guess probably you can find these books somewhere other than our sponsor, but I'm not going to say where because we're sponsored by somebody, and I don't see why I should tell anybody else where else to go. Here's a good question, and Real Big Cohen, Invincible Deluxes or Fable Deluxes?
Both great series, but I would recommend Invincible because Fables, some of them are out of print and hard to find at a good price.
That is a good point. and Invincible's all in print.
Yep.
Very good.
Invincible's 12 books. Fables is 15, but I think 7 and another volume is pretty pricey.
For Fables?
Online. Yeah, for Fables.
Yeah,
I think volume 7.
Yeah, 4 and 7. I need to get back to my Invincible reread, but I will do Birthright first.
Yeah.
I know right where it is. It's upstairs in the library. So let's see. I just got Money Shot. I just got that when I opened my boxes from last week, yesterday. So I just got it, so I'll let you know when I read it.
Man, the chat is hyped on Birthright. That's awesome.
Well, Haiku is. I know that.
I mean, if we get the hype train going and raise awareness for this, maybe in the future we'll get a hardcover. Who knows? Like a oversized. Yeah. Because I would love to collect this in oversized format. No, I can't show that. It's a spoiler.
Oh.
But the art, I love the art so much in this book. I really need to continue reading because I'd left it at like volume 4, I think. Yep. This is a great series and everybody should be reading it.
Wow, yeah, you've got me hyped on it. Huh.
Money Shot. Is that the book from the author that you were telling me about? That she's
Sarah
pretty
Beatty,
funny?
yeah.
Yeah. That looks interesting. I want to check it out.
Yeah. Jess, when you talked about Dead Hand, I thought about Half Past Danger by Stephen Mooney. So great. I have those 2 hardcovers. I need to read that. I have Half Past Danger. I feel like I read that in singles when it came out. Sandman, yeah, it sounds like you should be getting Birthright.
Yeah.
We're all hyped up about it right now. This is the Birthright hype train.
Yeah, I get you. I understood that reference, chat. I'll be
right, chat. I follow her on Twitter and Instagram also. Yes, she's very nice.
You know what? I am an idiot. I have Birthright Volume 7 with me, and I did not know that.
Why does that make you an idiot?
Because I have in-stock trades open here, and I added Volume 7 to my cart, and I was going to order it.
Holy smoke, that's something I would do.
So here's Volume 2. Here's Volume 3. I thought I had up to 5 or 6, but nope, I have all of it. It's been released so far. Here's Volume 6. Oh, no, 5, sorry. I can't count. Volume 6, and there's Volume 7. I was just going to order this.
All you need is 8? Or there's only 7?
I think 7 is the last one that came out. I think
you're wrong about that.
Let me check.
I think.
Let me check real quick before we leave. Birthright, Volume 8. Oh, you're right. There's Volume 8. Huh, I didn't know about this. What the hell?
Now you know what you should buy.
Collecting issues 36 to 40. Okay. When did this come out? December 10th, 2019. I wasn't getting any books on December. Oh, that's why.
Oh, so you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention. Okay. Well, let me search for that on In-Stock Trades.
What's so good about Birthright, and why do I need to go over my budget and buy them all?
I mean, you can get, it's a fairly cheap series. You're getting in trade paperbacks, and on IST you can get them for $8, I think, 8 something, which is great from the retail price of $14.99. It's a great deal.
Yeah.
and the story's pretty great too. So
Yeah, I'm gonna put that next. I may start that tomorrow. Now it sounds like there's a fever building, and the only prescription is more birthright.
yes.
So we've talked about our fabulous sponsor, InStockTrades.com, which is a wonderful place with wonderful people, and we had a wonderful chat.
Mm-hmm.
It was really great. Thank you to all the chatters. Thank you to my remaining co-host, Weekend Geekdom.
Happy to be here.
And yeah, it was great having you. And thank you to everyone viewing this afterwards. We appreciate it. If you could hit the like button, please subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. And there are all the birthrights except for Volume 8. And I'm going to start tomorrow. I know right where they are upstairs. So I will go up and get them and start reading them. Paula Snow, you're right. Superman Birthright is a great book by Mark Waid. I need to reread that. I need to reread Superman Birthright and a bunch of other Superman. I need to get on a Superman kick. He eases my mind. So thank you to everyone, and thank you, Sledge. Stay safe, stay safe and strong yourself. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay indoors, stay away from everybody, and read comic books. And peace and love. Peace and love. Thank you very much, everybody. Be safe out there.
Bye.
Wash your hands.